What's going on, gamers? Clyde here with another first Descendant video, and we're going to be giving you that updated Gley video because it took me so long, right? The first video that I released was Blood and Iron. The Gley was new. We didn't really know about Massive, but a lot of things that people aren't realizing is we're going to be showing you a gluttony kill here is using Gley with team play. Having an Enzo buff, I mean, you've seen the speedrun kills, 13 second, 12 seconds, but I strictly just want to show you the raw power here of getting that Enzo buff and absolutely embarrassing these bosses. Again, this could be optimized way more. You could do Sharon, you could do other stuff, but we just wanted to show raw power of the Gleys here. 2 Gleys, we got a Eugen grappling, we got the Enzo buff, no Gregs, and we're just absolutely tearing down this guy with the infinite loot massacre, and we're building our Gley into team play. There's a way to build your Gley for team play and solo play, and with the new catalyst, we're able to do that. But having that infinite loop massacre up and never losing that Enzo buff and being able to hit those high crit numbers there, like all you see is just crit, and the boss goes down in 40 seconds. And I kind of just want to show the importance of this because when the new bosses come out, well, the new poison boss that's coming on the 10th, you could definitely take advantage of this. You can also learn how to do boss kills quicker, but hey, you can also run a setup that you don't even need players to play with. And I just wanted to break that down. So first, pull out the screenshots right now, pull out the phones. Want to go over what we're using on the build. Now I know you see shot focus, you're like, Clyde, I can't get this mod, it's been evading me. That's okay. If you don't have shot focus, that's fine. You're probably going to run increased HP here. Now what's nice about using dangerous ambush on Tony is because he wasn't really looking at me and I was waiting for him to get stunned. I was running walk the tightrope and I found it that it was kind of hard to do. Either I got my health taken down way too far or the Eugen would heal me. You guys know that Gleys love Eugen in team play, but trying to keep your health really low for the annihilation set and walk the tightrope, we found that dangerous ambush worked a little better there. But again, you can run whatever you want. What's really nice about this socket is that there's so many options. Maybe you want to run walk the tightrope, maybe you want to run dangerous ambush, maybe you want to run HP collector when you're not doing boss fights. You can use whatever you like. The reason why I have all these mods on is strictly for damage, but also having that infinite loop here. The duration is 10 seconds with my build and the cooldown is 10.3. It still does the infinite loop. I tried taking my cooldown and my duration a second apart because I'm being told that if you have your cooldown and your duration about a second apart, it still will infinite loop, but it's very close and you have to spam it. So again, try and get your cooldown and your duration close together as you can, but if it's a second or lower, it will still do the infinite loop. I tried it at 1.2 to 1.3 difference and it did not loop. It just missed it, so that second will help you. We're also going to be showing kind of a one clip setup as well running these mods, but we'll get to that very soon. So first, you have to understand that everything I showed you in that beginning clip is built for team play. All this footage that I'm rolling in the background is all team play bosses. Enzo buff, taking advantage of Eugen, giving the Gleys a little bit more damage as well because he's using his mods. And we didn't want to add in Sharon because it's just like I kind of wanted to show every kill without using all the debuffs, not using Gregs, kind of just showing the power of Gleys in the team gameplay. We all know that Gleys are really strong. And with solo kills, it's the same thing with Gley. You could still do the bakes. It's just that you're built for 2 totally different setups. So I want to go over the reactor first. If you do not have skill duration up and attack on Colossus with Python, you should go get one. But again, it took me 3 days to get this. You have cooldown, that's fine, but just make sure that if you're running mods that on my Python, you do not interrupt your duration with that cooldown. What I mean by that is just because your infinite rounds are up again, do not pop it early to interrupt the mods that are on your Python with sharp precision shot. You can run annihilation set to take advantage of that firearm attack, but you got to keep your health low. Everyone knows that. But you can also run Slayer with the other build that I was going to showcase here, but we'll get to that. Mainly look at it. The substats really don't matter on this. I just got HP and HP recovery just to try and get some back and a little bit of defense. Mainly probably you're going to want to run like resistance. That's why I kept this one, toxin resistance, so it might help me in the new boss, but probably not. You're probably just going to get schmucked one shot, you know, just like gluttony. So you're probably going to question this Python a lot because I built it for crit and weak point and boss damage. Now, do I think that firearm crit hit rate should be on this weapon? Nope, but your boy's broke. I don't have a lot of materials, and I would probably try and roll firearm attack at the top, but I just wanted to try out critical hit rate, even though that this 12.6% is only giving me about 1% more, but 1% is 1%, and since I'm getting buffed by Enzo, I might as well take advantage of that. And even when I'm not getting buffed by Enzo, that's okay. I'm just by myself and I don't have that firearm attack, but it's not a big deal. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to make another Python. You don't need a Python to be maxed out. My Python that is Catalyst right now is going to keep the Catalyst on a new one. So I'm just going to roll a new Python. I'm going to go get a new one. I'm going to throw it in the oven. We're going to do firearm attack, bonus damage to Colossus, weak point, and crit hit damage. Or you get rid of the crit hit damage and you play into electric attack, because then you're going to start ripping down the defenses. I think the electric attack might be there. So go ahead and go for electric attack, weak point damage, Colossus, and firearm attack on that other one. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. Just giving you some options. Just mess around with it. That's the whole point of builds, right? Just messing around with different stuff. So when you're getting buffed by Enzo, you're pretty much just not running the electric attack here. If you look at the no Enzo setup, you're running electric attack over better concentration. That's it. Is this the best setup? Again, it's totally up to you. Run these mods. I like sharp precision shot over mental focus, so I don't have to sit there and keep spamming my 3 and getting it ramped up. It does do a little bit more damage with sharp precision shot when you have the infinite loop, because it's proccing and you're doing more RPMs and doing more damage over time. That's how like the fastest kills were being done. So run these mods, try some out. If you want to swap something out, go for it. If you don't like these mods, that's okay. The Enzo buff is playing into just more crit, so you're just getting crit hit damage from better concentration. With Enzo buff, it's just kind of weird, and you don't really know what's gonna like give you more crit damage or crit chance depending on how much you're getting buffed by him, and also your damage. This is kind of just something that you need to experiment with and see what you like. But again, this is what I ran and all the kills. This full setup up here, everything fell over and it was easy. I mean, when you kill Gluttony in 40 seconds, it kind of makes it easy. Also want to tell you that if you are getting buffed by Enzo, you can also build a Thundercage. There's no shame in that either. Some Glays use Thundercage as well. If you want to build your Thundercage the same exact mods way as you would the Python that I just showed, you can do that. So now what's that other setup that I was talking about? Well, the other setup is the end all be all. This is the one clip Gley solo build. I didn't even know that people were using Slayer set, but these are the mods that were used in this clip I'm getting ready to show you. Justin Diaz was nice enough to show me this. These are the mods that he was running, and also we were running these Python mods as well, and adding that chill attack to your weapon, because you're putting on mods that are going to hurt the boss, whatever the boss is weak to, and like Pyro is weak to chill. So in this, everything stays the same. You're still running the same reactor. You're still running all the mods that I just showed you, but the only difference is you have on the Slayer set now. Now you're playing into skill power, and you only get one chance at this. As you see, launch in, you're gonna spam your abilities. You're gonna take your health down all the way. This is the one all be all. This is it. The reason why you're dropping that health is because that's how you're gonna buff your damage. You're just leaving a little bit left, those infinite rounds, and you're going to just be going for hitting those weak points. Make sure you don't get hit by the boss, because if he hits you once, you're dead. But as soon as you stun down, you broke the shoulder, go for the other one, you're gonna get that one clip DPS damage monster. That's it. So it's a really quick kill, 9-second kill, but you get hit once, you're totally toast. But I definitely wanted to show you guys that there is ways to optimize even more and have fun with it, depending on what you want to build your Gley for. So like I said, in a solo scenario, this is Pyro activating our abilities. Right now, I didn't want to keep my health below half because I knew the boss was going to shoot me and proc it right here. So I'm going after those weak points, getting ready to hit that loop. And I know that if I don't grapple that, he's going to enrage. So what's nice is you can keep your massacre up in the fights like this, because your cooldown is just hitting, and I can activate those infinite rounds again and get the kill. So definitely wanted to show you that as a Gley, you can definitely just jump up and get that grapple and still keep your infinite loop. So it's really good for testing. If you made it to the end of the video, again, I know that a lot of this explanation stuff was team play stuff. We're kind of getting to the point of the game where it's fun to push yourself with friends and make new friends and try and take builds to the next level. We all know that bosses are going to get soloed easy by Gleys and Lepics and now Haley. Being able to have separate builds for a solo atmosphere, and then being able to build your build like Gley into crit damage getting buffed by Enzo, is really going to take your team play to the next level and make bosses a lot easier to kill. Like I said, I've done like 2 40-second kills now. I did one on Gley and one on Haley. Haley was definitely playing in the back, playing safe, staying at 25 meters, but being Gley, just right up on the boss, shoving the massacre and the weak points, you know, it felt good because I haven't played Gley for a while. So again, it's not the world's fastest kill, it doesn't need to be, but you can definitely push it to the next level. And I hope that me going over some of this stuff with these mods and these components kind of gives you a better understanding of what you could build into. I appreciate you guys watching the first video, and hopefully you learned a lot from this one. More coming soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.